he won't fuck your best friend and your sister. Lie to ya, then screw ya. Get mad if his homeboys do ya. He's a nigga, don't let him fool ya. They all dogs, that's what they do. Tell you put a stop to the shit they pull and get your own shit, that's what you do. And don't worry about him or his juice, man. You make him swear dubs on your shit ass. You ride by music high as hell too. He's watching you lusting with his bitch you. Smile at him, nod at him, keep riding. You see him later cause they wanna stop by. When he sees you off the chain looking good too. You even got his bitch wanna freak you. Don't trust no nigga, no. You can't trust no nigga, no. Don't trust no nigga, no. You can't trust no nigga, no. Don't trust no nigga, no. You can't trust no nigga, no. Don't trust no nigga, no. You can't trust no nigga, no. Now when he comes, open up, let him freak you. Do all the things, freaky things this bitch can't do. From the back to the side, just ride in. Tighten up, grip it down, shit's wild then. Get him up, put him out, nigga, get gone. She's the one cussing, blowing up your cell phone. I'm over you, yeah, you had to learn the hard way. I give a fuck about what you might have to say. Cause you see, I'm a queen in the end, though. You see where you're gonna be in the end, bro. Knowing nothing with nothing, stuck in the hood. While I'm straight, looking lovely, living real good. So trust no nigga, fuck a nigga, get your own shit. To let him know that he's fucking with a raw bitch. Put a head on the shoulder, knows how it goes. And when it's time to let a motherfucker get gone. Don't trust no nigga, no. You can't trust no nigga, no. Don't trust no nigga, no. You can't trust no nigga, no. Get gone. Don't trust no nigga, no. You can't trust no nigga, no. Don't trust no nigga, no. You can't trust no nigga, no. You don't trust in a nigga, dumb bitch. But that fuck ass nigga ain't shit. You put your trust in a nigga, dumb bitch. That fuck ass nigga ain't shit. You put your trust in a nigga, dumb bitch. That fuck ass nigga ain't shit. You put your trust in a nigga, dumb bitch. That fuck ass nigga ain't shit. Oh, you forgave him, ho? Them feeling ho. That nigga don't mean you no good. Oh, you forgave him, ho? Them feeling ho. That nigga don't mean you no good. Oh, you forgave him, ho? Oh, feeling ho. That nigga don't mean you no good. Oh, you forgave him, ho? Them feeling ho. That nigga don't mean you no good. No nigga don't trust no nigga, no trust no nigga, no trust no nigga, no trust no nigga, don't 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 trust no mother, no get no, don't trust no nigga, no, you can't trust no nigga, no, don't trust no nigga, no, you can't trust no mother, no get no, don't trust no nigga, no, you can't trust no nigga, no, don't trust no nigga, no, you can't trust no mother, no get no.
What's going on, Conscious Crew? It's your favorite breakdown commentator. Welcome to another riveting episode of the Consciouztv platform. You already know what we're here to get into. Before we do so, please go ahead and run the likes all the way up. You guys know that thumbing up the video not only helps with YouTube's algorithm, but more importantly, it triggers up YouTube's notification system. So when you are thumbing up the video, you are literally knocking on the digital door of another Conscious Crew member and telling them to get their black asses into the sanctuary. Also, if you enjoy everything that Kane does here, you can always donate to the platform at $Consciouztv on Cash App and or paypal.me/ConsciouzTV. That's conscious spelled with the Z on the end, just like it is here on the channel. Also, make sure that you guys have your notification bell set to all. And last but not least, please share the stream out to wherever it is you have digital community, whether that be a YouTube community wall, your Snapchat, your MySpace, the dark side of Twitter, Tumblr, or your personal OF. I don't really give a damn where you lay the link. Just let them whores know that we're loud, live, and in color. And with no further ado, let's go ahead and push on through.
I I know a place where you can recharge your soul.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
And in the midst of brokenness, he gon' see your asshole.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
You gon' heal, you gon' laugh and catch a little shade.
Ooh, girl.
Y'all know he be slaying, y'all better stop playing. Come hear what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen.
All right, what's going on, Conscious Crew? Child, we got to get into some things, honey. This Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson breakup has got the social media streets scurrying about, girl. It's all type of 5 o'clock traffic jams going on around TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, girl. The gender wars are ensuing. I'm feeling like we back in 2023, honey, with this mess. I got a special handy dandy guest with me, girl, to help me kick off this discussion. We're definitely going to be dropping the link to let you guys pop off because we haven't had a town hall since all of this mess has started. So I'm going to be dropping that link. Anybody can come up, girl. You allowed to root for whomever you rooting for, including nobody goddamn at all. Okay. Before we get into the thick of it, let me go ahead and introduce no other than Reckless Logic. Hi, Reckless.
Hello, how's everyone doing? Girl.
How are thou?
I'm doing good, at least for right now, girl. I was yesterday, I don't know what happened. For me, I was minding my business, scrolling on the internet like I always do, girl. And when I was doing that, I came across some posts because you know this Klay and Megan stuff that happened some time ago. A little time has passed. Oh man, I started scrolling, baby. It triggered me up. Okay, I said, here we
Real
go.
bad. And you know what? You sent your algorithm to my ass because I didn't know what the hell you was even talking about when you was all in your feelings. You talking about this Megan and Klay shit got me. I said, what the hell going on? And then it might have been 15 minutes later, I saw a bunch of bullshit in my algorithm. I said, oh, this must be the shit that's in his algorithm, girl, because they done got me in my goddamn feelings. So now we got to talk about it. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and actually drop the link. You guys can come up. We're going to get the show started. We ain't going to be here for a long time, but for a good time, you all. So let me drop the link in case any of you guys have a opinion, girl, because there's been a lot of conversations. The conversations have been around, first and foremost, obviously, like what the fuck happened. People are kind of shocked. Then there are people claiming that they're not shocked because Megan can't keep a man. Her coochie ran through. She a 304. So, you know, it's a given. Other people are not shocked on the other end because Klay is a 304. His dick ran through. He community opinion. He is a notorious cheater. Then, girl, the hotties are contacting all type of Etsy witches to make sure that he get that Charlie Kirk work, girl. So that's the whole thing. Then you got the men who are going the fuck in, who are taken up, of course, for their boyfriend Klay. We know that men are more male identified than women are, girl. It's sad and it is definitely pitiful. And then you got conversations around who is going to marry Megan Thee Stallion. Can she even be taken seriously in this bitch? Klay was the real prize. And now, on Megan. And people are also questioning kind of like why she went about it this way, saying that her announcing the breakup the way she did is a little bit tacky and it's ridiculous and she should have had more couth and all of that. So we're going to get into all of those levels of conversation. Anything you want to say off the rip, Rick?
Nope. Let's get into it. I'm ready to get into it, girl.
All right. Did I drop the link? Okay, yes, y'all. I dropped the link. Moderators, can y'all rotate the link for people to come up? You guys can join the discussion. Okay, first thing we got to get into, y'all, is Lil Duval, honey, who's always either a hit or a goddamn miss. I haven't seen any of the stuff that we are going to be talking about today, so I'll be having a first time reaction just like you guys are. What's going on, Tank? Hey, boo. Okay, so Lil Duval took the Twitter, girl, and said Meg next album should be called I Might Be the Problem. Klay smart bag Meg to get more hoes. Then when you tired of Meg, just cheat so she can break up with you. Very well played. Reckless.
I'm not. Okay. When it comes down to Lil Duval, I'm not shocked. This is what Lil Duval does. I could be wrong. Actually, I'm gonna fact check me. Even though I'm about to say this, I want to say Lil Duval is also the same person. Once the Breakfast Club had a very progressive and positive conversation with Angelina Ross, a very popular and famous black trans woman. He ended up on the Breakfast Club the next following day and gave very ignorant comments right after. So he has a history, to my knowledge, of being very ignorant and also despite his age, because he's very, very mature in terms of aging, but he's not mature in terms of his personality and his persona and the way that he presents himself. So I'm not shocked when it comes down to Lil Duval. And plus, I say this all the time. I don't always just pay attention to just the person doing said act or even saying said statement. I also pay attention to those that want to give a slight amen or want to clap or want to agree. And he's one of the ones that want to back up said, quote unquote, his homeboy. And I'm using that term loosely. So, yeah, I'm not shocked. Girl.
I just want y'all to know that this is also how these niggas are raising y'all sons. This is the barbershop talk that we talk about as men. This is the locker room talk that we talk about as men. This is the cave room talk that we talk about as men. These are the conversations and instructions and type of affirmations that are happening in the crevices where men and boys are huddled up together. This is how granddaddy is speaking to his grandson. This is how the uncle is speaking to his nephew. Like, this is why these men are out of control, because they have fathers and uncles and male friends of the family, just like Lil Duval, who are passing this type of ideology and philosophy and objectification on to other men. When I tell y'all that men are given an entirely different world than women, an entirely different fucking world. So this behavior is encouraged, unfortunately, by male elders. So in holding men accountable, we gotta hold these old ass, decrepit ass niggas like Lil Duval accountable, because he's only passing on the tired, trifling ass legacy of his little dick ass grandpappy, who is passing the goddamn legacy on from his little dick ass grandpappy. Okay, grandpappy ass pathology and psychology. But I'm not surprised. As a man, I'm just not surprised. This is literally what it is. This is what it is. This is how niggas really feel about women. This is, they root other men on. They do not believe that women have any inherent value outside of being a sex toy and a chef and a baby making machine. Other than that, there's no other sense of morality or true value that goes into woman. This why niggas can play the games they play. This why they don't lose no sleep at night when they done spent all your motherfucking money, done used up your pussy real good, done used up your asshole, your throat, done had your body endure giving birth to all their fucking children, done use you for leveraging them economically and in career, and then boom, bitch, on to another bitch. Girl, it's almost as if the last 20 years never even fucking happened, girl. They can hit the Men in Black. Like what's that little light that they use on the Men in Black? To zap history, bitch. Okay, an entire reset history. I already told y'all. I told y'all as women. Well, you know what? We're going to get into all that. We're going to get into all that at the end, child. All right? Okay, so that's Lil Duval, baby, with Grandpappy Psychology 101. Then, baby, let me tell you how full of themselves men are. Men are so full of themselves that they literally, girl, even with no hairline, still feel like, girl, they have a flag on the play or on the field, bitch, and can pop that shit because Bozo, the clown here, girl, who's always on the wrong side of every motherfucking thing, bitch.
Girl.
Him and his rat tail definitely had to enter the group chats. Anything you want to say before we play?
No, just play it, girl, because this is the one I wanted.
A mess. Let me refresh this.
She telling his business. See, that's where I want the ladies to listen. I'm sick and tired of what's going on in this world. I'm not saying whatever she felt was wrong. I don't know what happened in their relationship. Don't want to know. Ain't none of my damn business. Ain't none of y'all's either. But Megan Thee Stallion made it so this Saturday night. Why? Why? How come you couldn't just break up and go on your merry way? How come you couldn't just say, we had our time together, but I'm back being single again. Klay Thompson and I are no longer together, and leave it.
But that's the thing about Stephen A. Smith is that his hairline is saying the exact same thing, girl. We've had our time together. We have had a few good golden years, girl. Clearly, we are going in two different directions. And I bless you, be it, girl. Let me go. That's the exact same thing that his hairline is saying to him.
Why we got to dog the brother out? Why? Is there a wedding that I missed? Is there nuptials that took place that nobody knew about? Did we sit up there before God? Why is she telling his business? Yo, here's what we doing. Oh, by the way, I'm one of those people that feel even if that's violated, that's between you, your person, your pastor, and God. It ain't none of nobody's business. Why is this propensity existing to be telling everybody your business? Why is that? I want that explained because I don't get it. I don't understand it. How is that any of our business?
Baby, had she not giving y'all her business, you wouldn't have no goddamn business to hoot and holler about on this God-given Faithful Tuesday.
I told y'all. I'm a very happy dude. I'm good. My life is fine. Yo, here's what we do. We heard from Klay. What if Klay said it was you? What if Klay said that you was out there getting your...
And look, just to balance
shut
out
the fuck.
And look, just to balance out the commentary, we're going to let the pendulum swing on both ways too, honey, because you know all is fair in love and a hot girl summer.
Go on, he ain't do nothing, you did. Is it really beyond the pale? Is that how we gonna act, ladies and gentlemen? Are we gonna live like that? Are we gonna act like women are incapable of stepping out on dudes? But these women tripping all over the damn place, telling everybody like you on The View.
But he would say that.
For an interview with Oprah or Gayle King or somebody. What? Or God help us, Iyanla Van Zandt. Okay, who I adore, by the way. She knows I love her. Megan Thee Stallion. Why? I don't care what happened in your relationship with Klay Thompson. What did he do to deserve you all of a sudden going on Front Street, Page 6, TMZ, or wherever the hell else?
Did he not read the story?
I'm convinced that when Stephen I'm convinced that when Stephen A. Smith gets up in the morning to comb what's left of his hair, that he sees Barney in the mirror, girl. That it's Barney looking. Barney A. Smith, girl, is who's looking back at him. I'm convinced. Reckless, jump in here because you're about to jump out of things.
Girl, did he not read or hear the story or anything like he talking about? Why? What did he deserve? From what we know as of right now, he cheated. That's what he did to deserve. And this whole idea, because now this is where I want to get into the conversation. Now this one gonna get me activated because That first little thing, he ignorant, whatever. I don't care about him. But Stephen A. Smith, because this is also the same man that made it his mission to completely diminish Kamala Harris to the point to where that also helped in Donald Trump getting into office. Okay, here's the thing when it comes down to Stephen A. Smith. You're talking about the whole thing about, why you got to go and tell the business. Here's the thing. Silence is the reason why people who do wrong continue to do wrong. Like, I'm going to be honest. If Megan Thee Stallion didn't say anything about him cheating, for me, I probably never would have known he had a history of cheating. Like, once people started to speak about, and the news hit the airway that they split and it was infidelity, allegedly, the reason why they split and all this happened, that's when a lot of people who was not privy to Klay Thompson, like myself and other people, started to go into his history. Okay, does he have a history of cheating? Does he have a history of this, history of that? And I had no clue that he allegedly dated Coco Jones. So silence, and keep in mind too, when it comes down to all the other women, not every single woman publicly has spoken out. But I am going to say this. Silence is what allows the abuser, the cheater, or whoever, whatever you want to put in that spot, to continue doing what they're doing. That's the reason why you tell the mother business. And secondly, it's a manipulative tactic to the point you're so focused on a person exposing the business instead of talking about what the person actually did. You're too focused on the reaction of said action, but you're not focused on the action that caused the reaction. Like, treat people right, then people have no reason to expose you. Now, I would say it would be different if Megan is telling a full-fledged lie on Klay, and he did not cheat, and he did not do this. That'd be different. But you can't do people wrong or treat people wrong and then expect every single person to just be like, I'm just gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna walk away. Not everybody's gonna walk away. And I literally was telling Conscious this not too long ago. I said that I'm kind of like to a point to where I'm like, all this walking away from shit, I'm kind of out of that phase in my life. At least in this point in my life, I'm not with that walking away shit because
some motherfucking niggas like the Epstein files, bitch.
Because these naggers do not spare people. They do not. They do not spare people. And in addition to that, let's take some time back. Back when the whole thing that happened with Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez, when she was quiet, people still demonized her for that. So this time, open your mouth, say what it was, and say what happened. And you treat people right, people have no reason to treat, like they have no grounds to treat you wrong. And here's the main person talking about when it comes down to it, this no one's business, but you're making a whole show about said business. If you feel like it's no one's business and people should not be talking about it, then guess what? Don't talk about it. That's also an option. And keep in mind, too, people are grown-ass motherfucking adults. So if people want to open their mouth about said situation, guess what? They can.
If she want to tell her motherfucking business, she can. If she want to tell her motherfucking business, she can tell her motherfucking business. See, that's the thing that I keep telling y'all, that when you become featured in someone else's story as a lover, as a wife, as a husband, as a child, as a parent, as a friend, as a coworker, you become a co-star in other people's stage play. You become inherently a part of their history as well. Now, if you prefer to keep your POV to yourself in a mutually shared experience, that would be your prerogative. If another motherfucker who had that shared experience with you decide that they want to tell it to Lifetime, Gayle King, Oprah, the Disney Channel, the Animal motherfucking Planet, bitch, they want to write a letter to goddamn Congress, make a docu-series out of it, bitch, put it on blast, do a 3-part series on TikTok, YouTube, and motherfucking Rumble, bitch, they can, because it's their story too. It's now their history as well. It's their lived experience as well. Yeah. I mean, hello, Barney A. Smith. But you know, the nigament didn't stop there. because y'all favorite washed up rappers turned podcasters entered the group chat, girl, and had their fair share of niggerment to put on display as well, girl. Check out what Cameron Diaz and Maced in the Face had to say, girl, about the Klay Thompson, Megan Thee Stallion breakup.
I've been saying this for years. Niggas, I see some shit we talking about Meg Thee Stallion yesterday. Niggas gonna say I'm hating. Everybody, they just don't want to hear it.
What they don't want to hear.
No, he's talking about Klay. No, niggas be like, yo, Klay Thompson fumbled Meg Thee Stallion. And then we gotta sit here and fake be careful with our words so that niggas don't feel offended. You rap about being a hoe. Mad rappers fuck.
I mean, you rap about being a gangster, bitch, and you are a podcaster. Oh, I think we have a guest. We have a Hudson. Hi, Hudson.
Hello, darling.
Hey, boo. We are going to play some tabs. We're going to show all these tabs to the people, and then we're going to open up the commentary so you can sit still.
Okay.
Okay. And the link, y'all, is in the chat for anybody who wants to join, because once we show y'all all the tea, we want y'all to jump up here, girl, and drive these niggas out of the country, girl. Help ICE to pack these niggas up, okay?
And then Klay Thompson fumbled. But we got to be politically correct. The status say, no, I don't think so. She's doing her thing.
That is supporting it.
She talks about. All right, so let's just have a conversation.
There we go.
That's what I came for. The name of my song is called Wet Ass Pussy. I've been saying this for years. Wet ass pussy, right? Then she promotes having wet ass pussy and fucks mad other rappers, and then get with a nigga. He don't want to be monogamous and he fumbled. What's the thinking? I don't know that.
And she said he's supposed to settle down.
But let's just say you're Klay Thompson, right? And you be like, yo, little nigga from Toronto hit it too. I ain't want to say nothing. Nah, the 11th man off the bench, he hit it too. Word? Get the fuck out of here. Nigga, before that, she was in all. You're gonna be talked about whether it's public or not public. Once you start fucking with entertainers, athletes, your name gets passed around, and then it becomes a stat for them just to hit it. We talk about this all the time with Mace and myself, when we be like, when we even say we don't get it, when we be like, yo, why nigga want to have nigga leftovers? Wet ass pussy. It was just the other day, I don't know what show I said it on. Stop making your relationships public. Stop doing it, bro. Megan Thee Stallion started with, and before I said something about Megan Thee Stallion, people got mad, but it's public. It started with Moneybagg Yo, right? Then Tory Lanez. I'm looking at the list here. Rapper Party Fontaines. You know Party Fontaines stat?
Yes.
See, I don't know Party. I don't know him like that.
He's a songwriter.
Oh, Party. Then you got, I don't know, Romeo Lemieux. Well, I'm saying his name was with a soccer player. And Torrey Craig from the Chicago Bulls. Klay Thompson. Look.
And he was supposed to marry her? No, he wasn't supposed to marry her.
Okay,
that's the list.
No, that's not why he cracked his neck like that. But that's not, bruh. No, Mace did. But now.
Can y'all see the screen? Because it's like freezing out and shit on my end. Okay.
The question, I know you're not done with your take because I don't want to cut you off. When you read the list and he's saying no, like, everybody's list was plastered. What do you mean? Like,
no, that list.
It was just the other day. It
was like this.
So my thing is, we have to say
go ahead,
Cam.
No, you're correct. You were talking. You're right.
Yeah. The whole thing about it is this, right? You're saying stat. What if everybody's list is plastered? That's the thing. Everybody's list is not plastered. So when you push up information public and people have opinion of what's going on because it's public, you can't get mad at people being opinionated because you have a public relationship. I just said this I said, I'm not sure if y'all wasn't here or where I said it. I said I would never do no public relations because they always go with the girl, whether you're right or wrong and different anything else. Matter of fact, Mace was on because Mace said, I forget who he's talking about, but he's like, yeah, if so-and-so cheat, they be like the girl. If a girl cheat on a guy, another girl be like, well, what he do to make her do that? He may not have did nothing. He may not have did nothing. So when you sit there and be like, oh, this is plastic, is it our fault nobody sitting around digging, looking for Party Fontaine? And
it goes like this. That list goes like.
Do y'all want to weigh in on that piece? Because if y'all want to just preserve y'all's thoughts after we show everything y'all can, but if y'all got some right now thoughts about what was just said by these two ratchet ass, washed up, broke ass, rapper to pastor pipeline, rapper to podcaster pipeline ass niggas, y'all can. Is there any thoughts inspired by this male-centered ass, deflective, patriarchal ass dialogue these old ass uncles are having? Nope. Okay.
No, because it's general. It go for all of them, what I gotta say. So.
Okay. All right. I had a feeling, child. All right. Then we got Summer Walker, the cricket leg ass, who out here, girl, and she's weighing in, girl. Summer Magdalene says, stop telling women to pick better men because men pretend to be someone else just to get the woman. Stop telling women to pick better men when men are out here pretending to be someone they are not for months and even years at a time just to gain access to women who are out of their league. Then once they have access, turn around and reveal that they ain't shit behind the fake, mature, masculine facade, just a little boy operating in ashy foolishness who had zero intention of actually being who he told you he was. He was just a childish, manipulative conquest based on ego and low-key jealousy. And as you guys can see here, my comment under this post says the woman who picked another woman's man. My God, today. Girl, I don't want to hear shit from motherfucking Pizza Hut, girl. Pizza Hut, girl, go sit your ass down somewhere, girl. Because you're never going to live that down, honey. While you out here talking about these niggas and you out here a delusional ass side park fool, your damn self, honey, okay? When were you going to protect women? While you was out there still trying to fuck on that woman's man, and he had to change your name to Pizza Hut bitch in the call log, and she had to put on blast bitch how you been running her nigga voicemail up, because that's straight to where the hell you been going. Since the new bitch on that out here talking about niggas need to do better, girl. Okay? And stop telling women this and stop telling women that. Summer Walker, how about tell women not to fuck with other women's property either? Other women's men as well. How about tell women to also protect other motherfucking women? Because it's bad enough that these niggas don't got no motherfucking sure respect for y'all. So if y'all don't have y'all back, baby, if you can't go to Bella Noche's with your homegirl, then bitch, where in the fuck can you in fact go? Especially with a bitch like Summer Walker, baby. A man eating ass bitch like Summer Walker is on the loose, bitch. Okay? Because the niggas gonna give y'all the problems. Because the niggas gonna give y'all them problems on the front end, and a pick-me Shamel identified as Summer Walker gonna give y'all them issues on the back end, bitch. You gonna be sandwiched in between two pieces of toxicity. Anything y'all got to say, girl, about Miss Summer Walker? Anything y'all got to say?
You said just contradicted like what came before it. That's why I didn't even bother reading all her messages. She not like, I don't know. Somebody need to take away her laptop. Don't she got work to do?
Right message, wrong messenger.
Wrong message too. She just negated everything she said top to bottom. She makes no sense.
No.
Read books.
Buy Pizza Hut. Now, we gotta get into the lineup that had them pissed reckless ass all the way the fuck off, girl, and made him damn near cracked the planet in half like a damn.
No, bitch. It was the other picture that got me. I said, here we go.
It's this whole roster. So somebody, and of course it's a man, compiled a goddamn roster together, okay? So here are Klay Thompson's alleged romantic list that has leaked all the women he has been with since 2014. You have a Laura Harrier, you have a Hannah Stocking, you have a Tiffany, a Carlene, you have a Isa. I can barely read this shit. You got a Ashley, a Maya, Ebony, Christian, a Katie, a Meg. You know who the fuck I don't see on here? I don't see a Dylan. Remember when we read through Klay Thompson's cheating diary? And there was a Dylan in there, and the baby mama who or the ex-girlfriend who had put the cheating diary on blast had just assumed that Dylan was a female. But I think that's because, girl, she was so inflamed by the horrorism of her man that she didn't even realize, girl, that there was a Dylan. Now, some people in my comment section was making an argument, girl, that Dylan is a unisex name, and while that may be the case, I guarantee you that it's only 10 motherfucking white saltine women who are named Dylan in the United States, baby. That is not a common name for woman, not even Caucasian woman. Sarah is a very common white woman's name. Katie is a very common white woman's name. Ashley, Maria, Mary is a very common saltine female name. But Dylan, okay, as Julian, oh, I think we got some feedback on your end, Hudson. It's crackling real bad. But a Dylan, oh, yeah, it's real. Okay, she done dropped that. She got to come back. Let me drop. But a Dylan, Reckless, were you just as a pussy stomped on that Dylan as I was? Because my pussy said, "Oop!" when I heard Dylan.
I ain't come across a Dylan.
Yeah, it was a Dylan who was up in the cheating journal that Klay was, you know, he was feeling real good about bagging. And the baby and the ex-girlfriend had just overlooked the whole situation. I was like, you ain't gonna put a magnifying glass to that, girl. You're just gonna assume that Dylan is a whole woman. How does anybody here in the chat know a female Dylan? I just need one motherfucker to testify that they know a female Dylan. Is there anybody in the chat? Okay, see somebody here trying my face, talking about girl, y'all not about to play with me because y'all know damn well y'all don't know not one bitch named Dylan or Dylan. Let me see here. Is Dylan a common female name? Y'all not about to play with me. Dylan is not a common female name, but it is a recognizable modern unisex option that has gained traction. Okay, so ain't nothing motherfucking common about this name. This name more commonly belongs to a dick. It does not belong to coochie meat. Okay, now I ain't gonna say that they ain't no females named Dylan or Dylan, honey, because I'm sure you know it's exceptions to every rule, girl. We live in that type of reality. It's about 10 motherfucking hoes named Dylan in the United States, baby. This name is more commonly belonging to a motherfucking man. So what makes us not come to the hard conclusion and the more logical conclusion, girl, that ex-girlfriend had to stumble upon some DL Chronicles in that cheating diary, girl. Baby,
Not
Klay is bagging the left and the right.
Come on, a DL Whisperer.
I mean, he is a trifling mixed race, light skinned mulatto. You don't think that dick swinging? You don't think that dick swinging from the left and the right? You don't think that man is bagging it, girl? You don't think it's groupie love in the locker room? You don't think he got a male Dylan or a male Dylan on deck? You don't think that a hypersexuality in men typically is also linked to bisexuality and repressed same-sex affections? When these niggas be quote unquote struggling with their inner demons be bisexuality, bitch. I'm trying to understand, girl, if the man, if he need all of this, maybe all of these women, all this whorism, all this hyper-masculinity, all this hypersexuality from Mr. Klay is an indicator, girl. Okay, that maybe he's struggling in his own identity. Maybe he's trying to prove something to himself by bagging all of these women. Yeah, but the live demonstration is failing because, see, if Megan would have fucked around and got this nigga to marry her, she might have been sharing him with Dylan on the back end. She might have been sharing him. Girl. And then with the DL Whisperer being locked up, bitch, where in the hell was Megan Thee Stallion gonna go for some ghost bustering, bitch, on these niggas? Girl, I'm still shook. I'm still spinning the block on Miss Dylan, on Mr. Dylan. I am. Girl, I feel like that's some explosive ass tea, girl, though we have just not done the forensics on, and I don't know why it's going overlooked. I don't know why we even giving Klay Thompson the benefit of a doubt. Oh, girl, that's a comment. I'm surprised he getting all this support, considering that he done cheated on Thee Stallion, cheated on the hot girl Summer herself, and done cheated on every other melanated woman that he done been with in the past, and uses his 3 pointers to raise up his pussy meter. That's according to his pussy diary. Just trying to make it make sense. We're just trying to make it make sense, girl. Okay, so he got all these women here, but then they created a roster for Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion has allegedly been romantically linked with everyone on this list, from Klay to Partisan to who is this? Moneybag, Tory, G-Eazy. Who was this bitch at the bottom? She done been with a hoe.
That's Young Miami.
She done been with Young Miami too, bitch. Meek Mill,
bitch.
Trey Songz.
Some of them are led.
Girl, they got everybody down here, and then somebody created this disrespectful ass roster here.
Girl. And this is the one that had me like, ugh.
Yeah. And this is the one that had a lot of people in their PPs. It's Megan and Doggy Sound with niggas lined up as if they using the one urinal available at the goddamn theater that's playing the new MJ movie, girl. And everybody is in here, from Tory to Klay to Blueface to Meek Mill, French Montana, Partisan, Jay-Z, bitch. A mess. A mess. Okay, a all-star lineup. Then they're taunting her. You know, she made Thanksgiving for Klay and the family and everything, girl. She was giving wifey energy. We need to get into that conversation too. Reckless, put that in the notes. Mm-hmm. Like this whole idea of don't be a wifey to a boyfriend. So they're taunting her, girl, said that she did all this for Klay and he still cheated. Shh. My show is on Meg Thee Stallion's cooking blog. Then they got the Klay roster. Klay cheating on all these women, says everything about his character and nothing about theirs. Okay, these were the people who rooting for Meg. So this is a mess. All right, sound off. I'm about to let Hudson up. We got, hold on. Let me see something here. Let me see something. I'm going to drop the link again, girl, if y'all want to come up and get into the discussion, because this is what a mess. Hold on. Let me get something together here. Hold on. Where is my, what am I looking for? I can never find this shit when I'm looking for it. Hold on. Oh, here it is. Rose. Can you hear me, Rose?
Yeah.
Okay, hi, welcome to the platform. Just want to make sure that you up and everything.
Yeah. Hi.
Okay. I'm gonna let you get in here. What are your thoughts?
Okay, so it's really blowing my mind that the people saying it's because Megan is ran through or has had multiple sexual partners is the reason he treated her the way that he did. When he did a similar thing to Coco Jones, who is a good girl, quote unquote, what the public or people perceive as the good black, the ideal black woman who is worthy of marriage or whatever. So he did the same thing to the ideal black girl. And so why is it because they think Megan is somehow not worthy because of whatever her past sexual partners have been? That gives Klay, I guess they're making it sound like that gives him the right to treat her or do what she did. Meanwhile, he's never been faithful to any of the other athlete or white girls or whoever came before her, Megan, who I guess were worthier than Megan. So then why is the focus that, okay, as long as you're not a quote unquote a pass around or a whore or quote unquote whatever, you deserve to get good treatment from men, and then if you are what they see Megan to be, you don't. Then this is coming from a guy who himself is a pass around. So it's like, okay, the guy gets to be a pass around and then deems someone else holy enough to get the ring. And before I go, I really appreciate Conscious TV for seeing what women in general go through in society. There are lots of men who pretend or don't want to acknowledge the side of the two different realities of men and women. Even women, some women don't even want to acknowledge it. And I really appreciate Conscious for acknowledging it. And I think this is one of the perfect situations where two people having similar sexual histories, but one is deemed holy enough to judge the other, and then I guess that justifies the one person being the male. He is justified in being able to be a sinful judger, quote unquote. I'm being sarcastic when I say so. If there are two sinners, but one of the sinners, because of his gender, is able to rise above his sin to judge the other sinner, which ironically, when people use the Bible to defend this, was the same thing Jesus did when they brought the woman to him and they were like, oh, we should stone her to death, and he asked the other men, which one of y'all ain't never did what she did? But no one is, people don't, that go over their heads. But for now, that's what I have to say.
Oh, I love that, Rose. I love how poetic that language was. Two people with similar sexual history, but one, aka the male, is deemed holier enough to judge the other one for the same fucking behavior. And what is so funny about that scripture about Christ interceding for the woman who was brought before the stoning is that, for one, it was procedurally incorrect because she was a side piece to a married man, and therefore if she was to be brought before stoning, the man was supposed to be brought there too. But patriarchy protected him and only submitted the woman, which then led Christ to have to intercede, because first of all, y'all are hypocritical. Where's the man here? It takes two to tangle, brother.
Right.
And then let's say the man is here too. Let he who have not sinned, cast the first stone, brethren. So that's the whole thing. But yeah, the hypocrisy is polarizing. And this is a perfect situation to illustrate the double standards and the polarizing gender dynamics that exist between men and women. And there's this particular gloating that Black men are participating in regarding the heartbreak of this Black woman who has done absolutely nothing but go be college educated, be fucking self-made, assert herself in this world with a God-given fucking talent, and is honestly trying to go out of her way to not be the fucking hoe that they're judging her for being. It's really the audacity for me. Y'all are literally gagging her over the wifey duties that she was displaying. Y'all are literally trying to humiliate her and now use that as a dig toward her. She's cooking meals for this man. She's supporting him emotionally. She's supporting him mentally. She done met the mother. She's being the non-hoe that y'all tell women not to be. And here it is. Y'all have no smoke for that woman who was attempting to be a good woman to a man she believed was a good man, and have no type of indictment, have no type of pending charges for the fact that he, in fact, fumbled the fucking ball. And also this gag of Megan Thee Stallion is unworthy because of her past. Well, guess what? Partisan Fontaine admitted that he was about to marry her, but they had some discrepancies in their relationship that led to their breakdown. So even this idea that you can't quote unquote turn a hoe into a housewife, I want to know, who are these hoes hoeing with then? If they hoes, like, are they hoeing with themselves? So like, what? Are we not going to say anything just about this illustration, this animation on the screen here? The fact that there is a lineup of men willing to put their private regions back to back to back inside of a woman, but the woman is the only one who looks disgusting in this lineup. The woman is the only one who looks perverse and defiled. Yeah, so go ahead, Reckless. Go ahead.
Okay, so let me get into my whole little spiel. Girl, okay, so this was the picture that pissed me the fuck off, okay? Because I'm not gonna lie, before I was kind of like laying low in my life, and I kind of was in this energy of kind of like giving men a chance and all this other stuff. But when it comes to stuff like this is what be pissing me off. I be like, girl, F these naggers. Because, okay, first thing I want to say, this whole conversation surrounding when it comes down to Megan, her history, and Megan's being a thotty pachati, and that we should not make her a wife or a queen, nothing like that. But the issue with that, and this is what also got to tap on the shoulders of women as well, the issue with that is that when it comes down to men specifically, if we're having a melanated context, is that a lot of melanated men are also victims of the I'm not gonna say victims, I'm tired of that shit. Motherfuckers have been part of the judicial system, are now fucking convicts, but yet the expectation is to look past that, and the expectation is to make said convict your king. Your expectation is to make said drug dealer your king. Your expectation is to make former a person that had a horrible past, robbing, killing, dealing, and all this other stuff. Now he's reformed. Now he's supposed to be the king of your castle. It's that talking point irks my spirit, and this is why I mean when I say I need to tap on the shoulders of women, start treating these naggers the same way they treat y'all. I.e., but we know because of patriarchy that's not gonna happen, especially at the rate that it needs to happen. I.e., next time y'all see Klay, next time y'all see Klay, y'all be like, bitch, run for the hills, bitch. Just get the run. But we know because of patriarchy, because Megan Thee Stallion has upped Klay's social dynamic in terms of getting women his pussy meter, it has upped up because guess what? Other women want to sit on the dick that Megan Thee Stallion was sitting on. So another thing, back to this whole history and all this other stuff, it's interesting because on one end, it's justifiable to be able to do that when it comes down to women and their history and there's a hoe. If they are a hoe, then we should treat them like a hoe, and and nothing they can do to be able to reverse it, because it's embarrassing. Your homeboys didn't hit it, your pastor didn't hit it, everybody didn't hit it. But I think it's very interesting because on different conversations, and I know I'm going to be probably a tad bit extreme, we think we fight against that because when the police officers, and it goes back to the whole convict conversation, want to stereotype you because you may look a certain way, or your history may be a certain way, or maybe because you have a history of drug dealing, even though this specific time that you've been stopped by the police, you wasn't drug dealing, but because you have a history of drug dealing, now that gives that officer the right to be able to treat you that the way that they want to treat you based upon your history. Because in one conversation, it's so morally wrong and it's so effed up, and why we can never do this. But then in this conversation, it's law. But yet, when it's actually law, it's a problem and it's an injustice. And all these things, all of a sudden we can see the problematic nature of that type of mindset. And I'm just gonna rip the band-aid off. Another part of this is the fact that this has to do, a lot of this has to do with men, motherfuckers getting mad because the whole Tory Lane shit. Because that's the reason why motherfuckers like Whack 100 are speaking out. That's the reason why motherfuckers like DJ Academics with ass. Because I also think it's very interesting because, like I said earlier, I always don't pay attention to the ones that are saying certain things and also doing certain things. I also pay attention to those that like to take up for them, make excuses for them. I also like to give an amen and high five with them. DJ Academics, you are also a person that associate with people who are very problematic. You're also a person that like to associate and be with people and also be part of the action of abusing women. So of course it makes sense that you're taking up for someone who cheated on a woman. Of course it makes sense that you're taking up for someone that abused women or anything of the sort. That is your nature. So this has to do with the thing about getting back at Megan because she locked Tory Lanez the hell up. Even then, it wasn't even her. It was the state of California, but they're going to use Megan as their stomping ground. That's what this has to do with. And the same thing that goes with Cameron, homeboy Cameron, the washed up rapper, him. Because even when the Tory Lanez situation happened, he posted or reposted a picture of when it said that, Tory Lanez pulled out the weapon. Like Tory Lanez pulled out the weapon because he saw Megan Thee Stallion with the dick. I don't care what nobody say. And that's the meme that he posted. So it's a whole bunch of abusers and ain't-ish ass naggers speaking up for each other, trying to have each other's back and being on bro code. And that's what it comes down to.
I want to add something to that. You are not going to win patriarchy's game because these niggas will move the goalpost. So, hold on, somebody got some feedback. I think it's Rose. Let me see.
I'm sorry.
Okay, hold on. It's some air in somebody. Okay. You are not going to win the game against patriarchy. It's so funny to me because the same patriarchal psychology would tell women, choose better, choose better, choose better, choose better, choose better. Then, so you have this woman who chooses better. She chooses so far away from the stereotype. She chooses so far away, as we can see from this lineup, of what you would normally go to. The contrast and the gap between Klay Thompson and Tory Lanez is so fucking far apart that people believe it's a fucking PR relationship because that's how far she pressed the gas on doing it differently. She tried to choose a seemingly boy next door who got his shit together, not a rapper, not some heathenistic heathen.
Get into it.
Who loves his mama, loves his family, self-made, talented, etc. She went so far away from her fucking type to her point, girl, like, I really don't even know how this happened, but he's just like the nicest that I've ever met in my fucking life. And yet she ends up being emotionally neglected, abused, cheated on, took him through there. But y'all told women to choose better. Yeah. And then when she did, she still got the fuck boy treatment. That's all.
Because you
so
no, because
go on.
Oh no, you good. You good.
Oh, well, I just wanted to say, these men don't care. You can call them every name in the book. You can say, "Oh, I thought you was a mama's boy. Oh, I thought you was sweet. I thought you was that. F you. You're morally bankrupt. You taking up for such and such type of, like, scoundrel." they don't care. They're gonna keep on doing it as long as women keep on expecting it and trying to build up a nigga. That's where Barbara the Builder comes from. So until more women start divesting, nothing's gonna change. It's not. You can't control how somebody else acts. You can only protect your own neck. And yeah, he may have been different on the surface, but did she look at his roster? Look at the way he treated all his other girlfriends. See what time it
I
is
don't.
with them.
I don't think she did, because a lot of us didn't even know who the hell he was before she even got with him, and I don't even think she kind of really knew, him that well before they took off. And
Now,
I
I'm
don't
not
think
going to say.
But
I'm
that
not
but
going to say
but
it's
that
her
right there
fault.
goes to my point.
I'm not saying that it's her fault. Wait, let me finish. I'm not saying that
Yeah.
it's her fault. I don't want people to think that I'm blaming her. What I'm saying is everyone who is the victim of a cheater needs to understand what moves they should make in the playbook before they start making other moves, because that's the only way that things are going to happen. It's not going to happen because someone's not playing your game of morality. They're not going to do that. If they a piece of shit, they're going to be a piece of shit. Point blank, period. It don't matter. Oh, well, you really shouldn't be a piece of shit. You don't think they know that? They don't care. They don't care. And that's point blank, period. Like, I don't understand. I think it just, people need to understand more that our job and our responsibility is to protect our own neck. You can't make them feel bad for being effed up. You can't. It's not going to happen.
My thing is not even like, I'll be honest, it's not even about Klay even cheating. That's gonna, girl. I'm not even like moved by that, to be honest with you. For me, what gets me is the conversation surrounding Klay. Because okay, so another part of that conversation is, why do people care? Why do people care? Why do people care? The issue is, for me, it's not about Klay cheating or even Megan. Like, that's their relationship. It is what it is. It happened. She moved on. She left. She might go back. She might not. Only God knows. But what gets me is that when people begin to speak online, you get a glimpse of people's psychology, which also can give you
with
a
academic, with Cameron. We already knew this though.
No. I want to be clear. I'm not talking about them. They are the focal point that attract other people within the audience to get to speak. That is what gets me. And these are not celebrities. Most of the time, these are not celebrities that are in the audience of people like an academic, or people like a Cameron, people like a Shade Room. And they're regular people just like us. And guess what? Those regular people also have to come in contact with women like you.
Count that as a blessing.
That right there is what because now is we're getting into the psychology. And like I said, for me, it's the whole thing of, I was kind of chilling, mind about a bit, but this reminded me. Like, this right here got me back, woke me back up in terms of getting to psychology of way that motherfuckers think. And that can really turn a motherfucker off. And this whole idea talking about the choose better that we were talking about, it's also the fact that, and I think someone said it earlier, because I kind of like zoned out a little bit. I was doing something, came back. This whole thing about the choose better, the issue in the manipulative nature within this conversation when people say that is because, let's just say Megan Thee Stallion did choose better. The issue isn't about her, quote unquote, choosing better in this instance. The issue is that Klay has a fucking problem, and people like the general public don't want to address that. And the reason why we know it's a fucking problem, because it does not matter if, quote unquote, Megan was a thotty pachati. It did not matter that Megan was a hot girl having a hot girl summer before then. It did not matter that Megan Thee Stallion was over there, was popping her wop on stage and shaking her ass, because the biggest receipt of that is because you also cheated on somebody like a Coco Jones, aka Lover Girl, aka the girl that
okay, I get what you're saying, but you
to be slayed back.
I understand. I get what you're saying. Klay, whatever the fuck his name is, PBS. He is the one with the problem. Therefore, a Megan and a Coco needs to stay away from him. It's not about choosing better, because I would never use that term, because it's a ridiculous term. Choosing better. You never know. People, like, they eat their salad with different dressing, but it's still salad at the end of the day.
Mhm.
The truth of the matter is we need to be more observant. They haven't even been together for a year. I've had rose colored glasses on too. I'm a little bit older than her. I've had rose colored glasses, and you live and you learn. Now you got to learn how to keep that third eye open, because you can only protect yourself. You cannot change anybody else's morality. You can't. My grandmother used to tell me, you are responsible for what you say. You're not responsible for how other people take it. Point blank, period. If he's the one with the problem, don't fuck with people with problems. Don't do it willingly and don't do it
actually, well, for one, we can't direct that towards Megan. Right? Well, I'm gonna say this, but we can't direct that towards Megan because Megan left. It's not like she stayed, so we can't really direct it towards Megan. We can direct the people.
We can, because she
outside of Megan.
Listen, when they haven't even got together. Let me tell you something. When she first got with him, she and him, I don't know if they were walking into a building or out of a building. They were walking somewhere. The first time she showed him, he was like kind of moving away from the camera, and she was like, "Oh, you know, my boo is shy. He really don't like the camera." Right then, I knew it was an issue. But I'm older than her. So of course I know more than her. There needs to be older women. She lost her mother, her grandmother. Somebody need to be around her putting on game. As soon as that happened, she should have been checking through those ex-girlfriends. Like, what's
no, I'm gonna tell you why. Because I think that was a part of her choosing differently. Like, I'm extroverted, I'm loud, I'm the entertainment, I'm the fun party person.
I'm used to niggas being in the spotlight.
My partner going to be on the quieter, conservative end. I think that was all a part of kind of the appeal of, like, I'm really doing it differently. I'm really choosing away from the typical personalities that I go for. Now, I'm with you. I still don't understand why she would choose an athlete, because they don't have a track record of being able to be faithful. So I'm not sure what the obsession is with a lot of the girls. Like the Kardashians love to date the fucking athletes. Trina, Glorilla is with one. Like, I don't know what this thing is with athletes. Maybe it's the tall, dark, big dickness of it all. They're like, girl, you just know. You just know you getting with a hung nigga, baby. You know you getting you a hung ass king, baby. If you choose to come out for that motherfucking 3-pointer line.
You know, a lot of them don't see that cheating.
They're all trying to find a Russell Wilson by a miracle. You're all trying to find your Russell Wilson.
Who knows how Russell Wilson is, though? And like, we really don't know.
Exactly. Now but that's, everyone is thinking maybe one of these quiet, white-looking athletes could be my Russell Wilson.
I'm just gonna just hit the nail on the fucking head, because this shit is getting on my motherfucking. I'll tell you, this shit woke me the fuck back up, bitch. What's irking my spirit, because this also goes to the idea of when you hear people speak, because this is another talking point that I keep hearing. Because Conscious kind of tapped on it too, because of the whole track record of athletes and stuff. Is that when men?
Hold on, somebody got it's Rose who got that feedback.
So it goes back to this idea of when men have resources, expect them to cheat. The issue, I'm gonna tell you the problematic nature of that. Now, it could be true. I'm gonna tell you where the double-edged sword comes in at. It's because now when we say these things and these things seem to be true, or they are the truth. Now when people go to treat men like public enemy number one, like you keep telling women in this instance, he's an athlete. Guess what? Expect him to cheat. He has money. Guess what? Expect him to cheat, which means that more than likely, because even this doesn't only just go within the music industry or the sports industry. This goes within business. When men have a lot of access, a lot of money, a lot of access, what happens is that people like to say, or people always make the point, expect them to be a cheater. And the issue with that, and what I like to call it the hypocrisy, is that now when you have women and people, the feminine beings, or the Say So TV, the receivers, girl, now they start to take heed to that and treat motherfuckers like public enemy number one. All of a sudden the talking point goes to, oh my God, why are they treating men like this? Why are they treating us like we're all just so bad? Why are they treating? Because the situations like this, when you say that dumbass shit and do that dumbass shit.
And yeah, because even with girls, well, here's the thing with the corporate guys.
let's also get thank you here too about the husband.
Let me
Go
just
ahead,
finish
husband.
this sentence because I don't think it just to say for the
How y'all doing? Giving honor to God who was ahead of my life, to the pastor of Consciouztv, the king here is itself, to all the members and deacons and missionaries of medicine in the church. I just wanted to thank you for the permission to come and speak. I love all my black people. I love all of y'all. Thanks, so good to see y'all. I was sitting here and I just want to come drop my opinion just for a split second.
Yes.
Now listen, listen, I know y'all gonna beat me up, but y'all know I'm from South Memphis, so don't do that. Don't come jump on me because y'all know I can fight. Listen, I think we're all looking. I know we have many different perspectives, and I usually don't get into this. So we started talking, right? I was doing some research. So Megan is an Aquarius. You know what I'm saying? I am too. You know what I'm saying? So I know how we is. You know what I'm saying? And y'all don't know how we is. Y'all are pictures.
I know. That's why I don't fuck with him
y'all
now.
don't know us.
That's why I don't fuck with the Aquarius now, baby. I know all too well.
There you go, Kane. And then Klay, I look when I do some research. Klay is actually an Aquarius too. Ain't this some shit? So I had an experience. I will keep it private, but it was within another Aquarius as well. Now it makes a great match at times. We can be the best of friends, or we can go to do everything in the world. We can have third wheels and whatever this and that. But so that's something to look at. But in overall of it, we don't really know. But I would say this is just y'all out there, just being responsible. We want to go back to an old school way because we all kind of wrong about this. Megan does hold responsibility and she has to take accountability. And us as adults have to hold her accountable so our babies won't do the same dumb shit. Let this teach us as a group because, okay, check this right. Now listen, y'all know we all had big mama, grandmama, great grandmama. They had them moves in the kitchen to come in there. Y'all come in there, kids. Go down and get your granddaddy. And granddaddy was always at home, but the sentiment of that is that you never saw grandmama out there shaking it wild and fast. She kept my man at home. You see what I'm saying? Hey, we gotta be honest with this. Truth is truth and fact is fact. And so responsibility deems for us to learn from the mistakes that is made because for a fact that it no matter what in the world we live in. Okay, check this. Y'all know men are just dumb. We've been sitting here talking about the conversation they had in the barbershop back in 55 to 66 to 77 to 88 to what it is. And it's just what it is though. But at the same time, you know how men are, but if you're gonna ask to be okay, like saying for instance, like a woman, I can't tell you how to see this, but I'm telling you say for instance, Megan has an image of WAP, popping like it's hot, twerking like it's this and that. And then when you go look at Klay's background, now listen, I watched this other video because you have to go look at the other side, right? So I ain't know nothing about this till last night. I went and watched this video. Klay comes from a family of legacy. Did y'all know this? His daddy was a scholar and a basketball player, something like that. His granddaddy was too. And he comes from a family with his mother. They went to like college or whatever, this and that. Now, this is one reason why Megan probably feel like in depth with that because, she has an absence of a family. We got to remember these things because this all ties in together. So can you imagine, right? These folks already got money. They ain't studying all that. And this is their baby. Even though he light-skinned, he might have a life that's private because he's an Aquarius. Check this, because they can hide themselves very well, like a chameleon, and you will never know. So Megan definitely got her thing in it. But the thing is, like, if you're not prepared to be something, you cannot meet nobody within a year and be ready for anything. Judge Mathis said this one time. He said, you got to chase a person for 2 years because a crackhead can have being a crackhead for 2 years and you wouldn't even know it. You know what I'm saying?
Can I put a pause in that? I want to put a pause in there before I lose a point on that. Because a lot of narcissists and a lot of frauds know how to play the game long. So I don't even think even think it's about time. I think it's more so about allowing yourself enough time to see a person under various circumstances so that you can see what the fuck their reaction is to things, their coping mechanisms, and you need to allow enough time in your relationship to see this motherfucker mad, sad, upset, with money problems, health problems, how they do if they don't have control, how they respond the first time you say no. But here's the gag about that too, to y'all's point. Meg kind of seemingly experienced a lot in a year and still wanted this man to choose her, which is very interesting. Like she
that
talked
could be
about
her narcissism too, though. That could be her narcissism too.
But that's the sign of like why but Meg being young though, you don't need to be trying to choose nobody. You need to choose you first. You ain't got to force somebody to be with you. She cooking and stuff all over there. You don't even know this man like that. Why don't you cook for him within the first 6 months and stuff? Like what? What's going on with this? Like that's too like you got to know somebody. Like that's to me like if you're gonna say you can't present. Like, be a girlfriend. Don't be no wife when he ain't made you no wife yet. Come on now.
These are her own lyrics. She said she don't even let niggas know where she stay.
Let me tell you something,
Where's
baby.
that? Like, where's that?
Lyrics to me, but to me though, boo. Like, see, if this was your daughter, what would you if it was your daughter, right? Think about that. What would you tell your daughter? Like, you can't be at her like that, baby. You gonna tell your daughter that. Now, a boy, y'all love y'all boys. Come on now, let's be real. That's my baby. But when the girl, she deems responsibility because men do hold value on mileage on your car. You get what I'm saying? No matter how it is.
Because they dumb as fuck.
They dumb.
They're dumb as fuck.
I don't know. My son is a good boy. He won't even drink alcohol. Now, some guy, he's very timid and meek. Like he loved the same girl since they were 7. But that's because he's just that type. I don't know. Maybe it's the way I raised him, but he's just that type of boy.
But then Megan went through a lot. She lost her mom and stuff like that. So a lot of times, like, you know, you go through like therapy and like, you know, like a lot of times like actual, but like behavior and like that's a part of that too. You know what I'm saying? Because you missing or you whatever, you missing a piece of it. And like, I don't think she could have did all the extra stuff, but I just think a whole year too fast in the house and cooking was
it could have been somebody needs to pull her back too, because if you look at her, she is Megan Thee Stallion. I'm sure a little bit of her own narcissism came through with that, thinking that, oh, a man is never gonna do this to me. Oh, he's lucky to have me. Oh, this, oh, that.
Okay, hold on. I got a little bit. I have a little bit of a pushback for that, Hudson.
I got a lot of pushback.
Hold on, because there's too many people to be talking at the same time. Is it her narcissism, or is it that she's doing what men tell women to do? She's trying to prove herself by having good pussy, wet pussy, cooking skills, feminine, be emotionally available, be consistent. She's insisting upon giving him what she believes men claim they want when they're looking for long-term, successful, healthy relationships, and they're looking for marriage. And that's what's in her brain. Because I think that this is why most women end up trying to really stick it out and rock it out, because they literally believe what men claim about what they want. And so when they see certain red flags, they'll still give a nigga the benefit of a doubt. Like, okay, because I don't know where else to pivot to if I ain't listening to y'all about what the fuck y'all want. Then, bitch, I mean, if you can't go to bed, I know, Chase, then bitch, where can you go? Like, I mean, if what y'all claiming works, don't even fucking work. So I think women will play that game and stay consistent and insist, because first and foremost, she want to be a wife. At this point in time, she's trying to hang it up too. She trying to hang up her hot girl summer card. She ready to get serious and be consistent. And she's with the guy who's feeding into that. He's having some issues along the way. She didn't per se seem to put his name into that Google search. Because I'm gonna tell you something else that women need to be doing, honey. When y'all start dating these niggas, put their motherfucking picture up on motherfucking Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and say, any bitch who been with this nigga, call me. I need the 411 whole. See, I support all these little sideline social media HUDs that women are huddled up in order to help each other when it comes to these niggas. They got the Cheaters Anonymous, like they got all these little things. Help, baby. I'm with all of that because these niggas are so bad. They on such demon time. They so fucking diabolical. They so insincere and so fucking unintegral that you can't take a man's motherfucking word just at face value, baby. You got to go through other fucking women in order to get the real deal, holy feel on what the fuck is going on. So make sure to put that nigga face on blast. But ultimately, Klay still does have to be held accountable. For not being grown up enough of a man to tell another grown ass woman the truth and the reality of the situation, rather than violating her first, mentally violating her first, emotionally, and then trying to pivot to let's have an open relationship. No, bitch, because if you a cheater, being in an open relationship ain't gonna solve the fact that you unintegral and you ain't got no fucking character, bitch. All you gonna be doing is being in an open relationship and then still lying to me about all the other motherfuckers you ain't even gotta lie to me about, because bitch, you in a situation to be able to get away with motherfucking murder. I've experienced this shit too, where I've given a nigga permission because we had a long distance relationship. I said, okay, cool. Like, if you need your nut, bitch, like a squirrel, go and get yours. Just let me know what's up. So I ain't looking fucking stupid. My nigga okayed it, but at first he pushed back and he was like, oh, you know, I don't really need that. I'm like, nigga, I know you need that. I know you gotta have that. So let's just cut through the fantasy, girl. Like, you ain't a bad guy. You would be a bad guy if you were operating outside of our agreement and outside of our trust. But you're not a bad guy if we on the same motherfucking page, okay? And you know what the nigga did? The nigga still motherfucking lied. The nigga still fucking lied, even though he had permission to go do what he do. Still did not respect the rules of engagement, because a lying ass motherfucker gonna be a lying ass motherfucker no matter what the fuck the situation is. So yeah, put these niggas up on the internet, put these niggas faces up, and if a man have an issue with you using his likeness to draw in the data and the information, that's your first red flag, nigga. Why you don't want me to plaster your image, girl, and start collecting the data and get the credits and get the motherfucking 411? Because if you as clean of a whistle and you've been so good to people and all your relationships, you know, were amicable, and you know you were the victim in the situation, you were the good guy, you shouldn't have no problem with me going to objectively verify that information too, bitch. I would treat these niggas just like a job applicant, bitch. I want references, I want phone numbers, girl, I want blood types, I want lineage, I want ancestry.com, bitch. Girl, I want all the tea. Because you niggas are doing literally just that much that a bitch gotta go all the way out of her way, girl, to verify and clarify, girl, that this is not gonna be a waste of my whole entire motherfucking time.
But Conscious, he's shy. My baby's shy. He's shy.
But do y'all think maybe it was PR too, because you know, like the rebrand?
No, because we also have to give. Because that's the reason why the whole shy shit was like a kind of a mind-boggling thing, because we do have people who are shy, who are not always in the limelight. Yeah, you have athletes that are athletes.
You think play shy?
It still does not matter. But no. It's the difference between doing what your job has you do, things that are necessary for your job, than to be at leisure out and about. Those are two different things. They are, like, let's be very clear. When Summer Walker first came out, guess what? She was shy. But guess what? She worked on it and things have progressed. Yes, she was an entertainer. Yes, she was a singer. Yes, she was out on stage. But guess what? She was sitting there looking like a cardboard like this at the damn stage. So yes, two things can be true.
About put my name on the Pizza Hut. So there you go.
But for one, what does one have to do with two? I'm talking about Klay and his damn cheating, because the thing about it is the reason why this manified ass conversation irking my damn spirit is because I don't give a fuck how the fuck shit gets twisted. I don't give a fuck how the fuck shit gets put together. That nigga is that motherfucking fault. That nigga was the one that set up there and fucking lied and was cheating. Indeed. So even if it was like he said, even if it was an open fucking open relationship, the issue at hand is that you presented monogamy to this woman. And under the God, when you knew that you were not ready for motherfucking monogamy, because let's also keep this in mind too, because you bought property with Megan Thee Stallion. This isn't just like, no, okay, this he's showing me signs of X, Y, and Z. That's you introduced this woman to your family. You bought property with this woman. Marriage was on the table. Y'all had conversations about it. So this is not somebody that's like, okay, here, there, whatever, blah, 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 blah. No, this nigga is at motherfucking fault.
She said that he had mood swings.
I don't give a fuck how much goddamn shit that she did take accountability for, because it also was said earlier too, talking about because his family's this, his family is that, but his legacy is this. He also has a legacy of throwing dick out there, and it doesn't matter how the fuck the woman shows up.
It doesn't matter about accountability. I don't call it an argument. What I'm saying, my whole statement has nothing to do with accountability. You want to know why? Because niggas don't give a fuck about being accountable. That's what people are not understanding. Again, I'm not saying, Megan's wrong and he's right, or he's right and he's wrong. That is a mute point to me, because we know who's right and who's wrong. Niggas don't care about being wrong, is what I'm saying. Our job is to protect our own neck, and that's it, point blank, period. So hopefully she learned some lessons, and next time she see what time it is, because I don't care if he had her meeting his family. I don't care if he speaks with, like, with a more eloquent tongue. He's not a hood nigga. She herself said, now that it's all on Front Street, I was dealing with your emotions and this and that and da-da-da-da-da. So obviously it was something there. You cannot turn a man around. We can't turn our friends around. We can't turn our bosses around. Only thing that we can do is be observant and stop thinking and looking at things with our emotions. Point. That's the only way we should be teaching our girls how we can look out for the Klay Thompsons. Because ain't no teaching the Klay Thompsons on how to not cheat on women. It's not going to happen. And you want to know what? You brought up corporate men that make a lot of money too. You want to know when that was going out of whack? What a lot of jobs are doing now is they have a whole morality clause in your contract saying that if you're caught cheating, you will get fired. So I'm not saying that it stops all the cheating, but it damn sure did switch around the percentage. You have to do this type of stuff. You gotta protect your own. You gotta wear a condom. You gotta look before you cross the street. You gotta put on your seatbelt. You have to. It's not the other side's job to protect you. It's not gonna happen.
But I guess the point that you're not understanding what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that, okay, all of that, all protection, all the other things, another part of that is that they also know when the deed has been done, it's always going to be motherfucking mammies and pappies to come to their motherfucking aid and always want to have this conversation of, it's your fault to do this, it's your fault to do this, your fault. Okay, we can have that conversation somewhere motherfucking separate. That's something completely separate. Right now, we here to stomp, monkey stomp, fucking double dutch all over that motherfucking nigga head top right now. That's what the fuck we're here to do. We're going to monkey stomp all over his motherfucking ass.
He don't care.
Right now.
He don't care. I'm not doing that because I'm not wasting my emotions. I'm not wasting my energy on stomping on him. What I'm doing is coaching my girlfriends and letting them and making sure that we write a playbook together, so we know what time it is.
And I totally get that. Well, but here's the thing. No. Here's the thing, because you and Reckless are two sides of the same coin. Reckless is holding. Me and Reckless are holding the men accountable because that needs to happen. Because if it doesn't, what else makes sense? But also, you are on the right side by telling women to recognize the pattern and the pathology and the reality of these niggas and to do what they have to do to protect their best interests, because men are on demon time. Y'all both doing the right thing and talking to both ends of the situation. Hold men accountable and protect women and put women up on game. That's all a part of the same conversation. That's definitely all a part of the same conversation.
You're absolutely right, Conscious, because I think historically it's always been put on women the burden of, oh, y'all gotta watch out, don't have sex with a player, don't do this, don't do this, and then the men they're not told anything. They just keep doing what they've always been able to do. And so it's like, when are they going to be shamed, or when are they going to also get some kind of negative or some sort of a punishment or a negative reinforcement or something that could possibly, from their side of things, reduce what's going on? Because you can tell, hey, lock all your doors, you can get robbed, lock all your, but if you're not doing anything to the robber, they're just going to keep doing what they've always been doing. So both of them are right. We need to address both sides. We've been telling women, be the good girl, be the cook, be the wife material. We've been trying our best. Look out for the player. We've been telling women that. But if the men keep coming up with more intelligent ways of beating whatever we are teaching the women, eventually they're going to still outsmart some of the women. And I think this whole thing, the bigger picture of this whole thing, is back to the whole patriarchy. It's a system put in place, and that's why all those DJ academics and all those Cameron and all those people, they are holding down the power that they've had since the beginning of time. Men always want to make sure that the women are going to be below, and then we're going to put our foot on your necks. So if they need to support something that doesn't make any sense, something that you could clearly see, whether it be the Ashley Janae, the guy who pew-pewed the 8 kids, whatever, the patriarchy, the men are going to always come together to hold the fort of the patriarchy. So we are going to have to try something different that we haven't tried in the past before. And we've been telling women that is something we have tried, the telling women to how to secure ourselves and all of that. But we need to try other strategies, because it seems that the same thing that has been happening since the beginning of time is still happening. I even gave an example of Jesus' time, 2,000 years ago, and it's the same topics is still happening in 2026. So all of this is a whole brotherhood, and you're making sure, even if it doesn't make any sense, they're making sure how things have always been is how it's going to continue to be. We are the men. We are physically stronger than you. we built up this society and bow down to us. And if you try to, and the part you were saying that choose better, even if you try to choose better,
I said I
already,
don't believe in that. I said the
you're
exact
already a
opposite.
whole, oh no, not you, Hudson, I'm talking about the topic. Megan was already doomed in the eyes of the patriarchy before she got with him, because she's already been deemed a hoe. So once you've already been deemed a hoe, and as a woman, there's no reform. There's no the player who decided to settle down like the men, when they decide, oh, I used to be a player, now I'm settled down, and everybody praises them. Oh, thank you, brother. With a woman, once they see you became a baby, even Sierra, oh, she a baby mama, she don't deserve Russell Wilson. Once you've been deemed a whore, you can never choose better enough in the eyes of the patriarchy. And like Conscious or someone else says, the goalpost, they always shift the goalpost. Oh, it's because you didn't cook enough. Oh, you cooked too much. You ain't supposed to do that. He bought her a Bentley. They lived in a house together. What were the odds that she wasn't going to cook? You know, she was thinking, hey, a guy who likes me enough to buy me a Bentley, and we bought a house, we're living in it together, the least I can do is probably cook for his family or something. But, and then when Cardi B says, oh, I don't cook, I don't clean, but I got the, oh, see these females out here, and they'll be calling us females. So with the patriarchy, you're always going to shift the goalposts, like someone says, and you can never win as a woman, because if it's choose better, oh, you with the Pookies and the Ray Ray. Oh, I know he an educated lame, but you should have also known that some of these educated lames, or we didn't say go be with a basketball player, we meant a regular educated lame. There's always going to be something that you didn't do in the eyes of the men or the patriarchy that makes it your fault as a woman.
Yeah, like they're going to move the goalposts to justify their foolishness every single motherfucking time. Every time it's going to be something. Because see, the thing about women choosing better is that women can't choose better in a system that's systemically rigged against them. The system is rigged against them. That's the same equivalent to telling black people to pull themselves up by the bootstraps while you are reversing every protective legislation, while you are snatching resources, while you're drowning out unemployment, while you're stripping DEI affirmative action, while you're doing all these things. But pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Just believe in yourself. Just have faith. Just pray. Just be smarter. Just be more creative. You gotta try. You gotta put it all in. As you motherfuckers are destroying the chessboard that motherfuckers are supposed to choose on, how the fuck we gonna choose better, bitch? When y'all are literally rigging the chessboard itself. And this is literally a patriarchal issue. I keep saying this, and I'm going to keep doubling down on the shit that because men and women live and are cultivated in two different motherfucking systems, unfortunately, women are going to be met with this deficit until men take responsibility for the system that has been created to benefit solely and exclusively their own fucking asses. Men would have to turn the fucking dial, and women would just have to go eat pussy in the meantime, go get the rolls in the meantime, bitch, go build an online business in the meantime until these niggas get their shit together, because men were raised to sow their fucking wild oats and to believe that there are plenty of fish in the sea. And the reason why men believe that is because men know and can see that this same society is grooming every woman to be a great wife and to be a great motherfucking mother. That's why he knows it's plenty of fish in the sea. That's why when you come pooching up with your good spaghetti cooking ass, your good dick sucking, pussy throwing ass, your good feminine hygienic ass, you got all the feels of the feels of the feels, and you're like, girl, you're not impressed? No, because I know that there's literally one of many of you. You're not one of one. You're one of many. Society is reproducing y'all like Stepford wives over and over and over and over again. That's why y'all coming into this world with a baby doll in your motherfucking hand and an easy bake oven right next to the goddamn stove, bitch. We're getting started on y'all early and grooming y'all to be a resource for motherfucking men. And these niggas are raised up alongside it. They know the reality of it, and they exploit it and use it to their fucking advantage, which is why they're acting a fucking fool and got this shit on motherfucking Lizzock right now. So unfortunately, there ain't no such thing as a woman can't be good enough or earn it enough, because she's literally going up against a battle that's already been succeeded by her male counterparts who are designed inherently to solely benefit from the way this fucking shit is. A woman can't be enough can't do it enough, can't be better at it. We are literally watching women go bisexual just to keep a motherfucking nigga, and it still ain't enough. Women are willing to open up the door. They're willing to open up the bedroom policy. They're willing to do shit they ain't never imagined that they could do, shit that's diabolical, and go all outside of the good God-given Christian scriptures and values that they've been born up with, still to end up on the shorter end with a motherfucking nigga. Whether that nigga is a rapper, a pastor, a prophet, a preacher, it don't motherfucking matter. They all motherfucking are being groomed and socialized and have the same inherent male privilege because of the system itself. So it's going to have to be men that are going to have to reverse this if they care enough about their female counterparts, because women can't do shit at this point. They're just living in the reality of what is, and they only have 3 fucking options: bow down and just accept this from men and be okay with being breadcrumbed by these motherfucking niggas, or 2, I can be a Megan, I can be a Kim, I can be a motherfucking Cardi. I'm talking about in theory and in music, bitch, and be a nigga to these niggas to survive these niggas. Or 3, bitch, I can internalize the fact that I'd rather be alone, bitch, if I'm the only one who can love me and love me right and love me well. So fuck you. Those are the 3 options.
That divestment, I mean, that's the only resolution I see. And I know it's something really fanciful to hope for, but we need to strike just like we did when they didn't let us ride the front of the bus. But how would that happen? I don't know. There's too many women out here that's yearning for some type of attention, especially male attention, that I don't see it happening for in the foreseeable future.
I will say I agree with you on that, because we also got motherfuckers that believe that they should automatically be submissive just because they're a woman or the feminine being, and should shut up when a nigga tell them to shut the fuck up, and also should be cooking and cleaning and all this other shit. So I don't know. Maybe get the pick-me's out the motherfucking way. I don't know, girl.
And it's what you're learning too, because I was just watching this is gonna make you laugh though. I was just watching a documentary on the Mormons, Warren Jeff and his wives. Don't you know them niggas was outnumbered like 20-1, and all the bitches could have jumped every last one of them old ass niggas in there, but they weren't raised to do it. They didn't even know that, like, what grape is. They thought that you just supposed to give yourself to your husband every time that that he wants it. And if he wants your daughter, give him her too. This is the way they were raised to believe. They didn't know there was another way of life.
And I was just about to say that is that a big problem in the women's community is the fact that a lot of women don't understand the system either. They don't understand that they are going 100 miles in the wrong direction, never ending up where they want to be as it relates to men. So you have a lot of women participating in the ignorance of not understanding the system that's rigged against them, and encouraging and socializing and grooming other women to do the earning, to be the person who's like a peacock. It's your job and your burden to appeal to a man as a wife, etc. It's your job to to show up, to be pulled up, etc. And it's like, unfortunately, baby, that these niggas are so twisted and are so bipolar and are so fucking absurd and outlandishly privileged that they will marry the girl that is great to take home to mama, and then they will go fuck the girl that they would sit around with their boys and laugh at and call a hoe behind that wife's back. Men are literally benefiting on the front end and the back end from this system. They're lining up for the Megans, and they're marrying your Christian good girl, great mother ass as well, and are triangulating amongst both parties and playing both parties against themselves. They're getting y'all to believe that those whores are the problem, getting those whores the belief that if they would only be the wives, that they would finally win, when men are playing both motherfucking ends of it.
That was my daddy, because my mother's a great woman. She's not no like Christian, like, like holy type of woman, like, but she don't curse. She always kept a job. She's very sweet. The whole county love her. And my father, they're still married, by the way. My father wound up cheating on her with some like alcoholic from the bar that they own. And there's a brother, I have a brother in between me and my sister. Me and my sister and I are 10 years apart. And and there's a brother in between us that was at our house most of the time because his mother was an alcoholic and a crackhead and all type of stuff. And my mother has a big heart. But when I asked her one day, this was like maybe like in my late 30s or early 20s, some shit, I don't know. When I asked her, I was like, was I an accident because I'm so much younger than the rest of them? She told me I was a last ditch effort to save a failing relationship.
My God. And that, you know what? Shout out to her for the truth, but my God damn.
I'd rather be an accident, right? I'm like, shit.
Baby, sometimes ignorance is bliss, baby. Didn't lie to me, shit.
She a real one, but my mother, like, she don't even curse. She's a sweetheart. Everyone loves her, but she gonna tell you what it is.
I wanna ask. I think what Conscious said. Do you think women, as a collective, want this enough to want to do anything about it? Because it almost seems like, well, these men built this society, and maybe if we just shut up and do what they
If you
want,
can't join them, then beat them.
right?
I mean, if you
And
can't
the
beat them, then
soft
join them.
life, and let's just that's what our mamas, our grandmamas been doing. So why fight it? And it's gonna take too much, and let's just be a trad wife, or let's just bow down, and so that's
I
my.
would understand that attitude, like Rose. I would understand it bowing down if we lived in a different system where women didn't have rights and couldn't be the table and couldn't make their own motherfucking money. Because a lot of these marriages of our grandparents happened because women were being transactional and were looking for safety and survival. And so marrying was a way to accumulate resources. It was a way to obtain rights and equity within a male-centric society. But now, modern day women, the boss babes out here out educating, out here making the coin and making the bread and got these niggas tight. I would really ask women, what are you really looking for in a man at this point? I mean, because you can pay for the dick you want. And in terms of achieving love, really all you got to do is pursue intimate relationships and loving relationships, and that don't always have to come down to a motherfucking man. You can have meaningful legacy and meaningful relationships and intimacy with your friends, with your family. Like, these are things that can be garnered and extracted from other relationships. Me, I am deeply invested in my friendship life and in my family life because this is my pivot from these niggas. And because I have meaningful relationships where I get the love and the affirmation, I get the connectivity, I get the partnership that I need outside of romance, this allows me to be very peculiar, very motherfucking picky, very motherfucking bossy when it comes to what happens romantically, because I don't have to settle just for romance. And I ain't got to put up with just any old thing when it comes to romance, because I have and am getting so much of what I would have normally only allowed romantic relationships to give me, to also be given to me in other types of relationships too. So at the end of the day, what are you really looking for when it comes to this whole, do I really need a man? Yes, of course, everybody desires partnership. We are mammals. We are social species. We're a communal species. We enjoy relationshiping, but if there is a deficit and a malady within the system that is causing more harm to women than not, then yes, I strongly suggest choosing yourself and protecting your peace and your well-being, and divesting totally and waiting for a motherfucking new day and coming to terms with this reality that a lot of people who are very relationship centered don't want to come to, which is, look, I may have to be alone, but guess what? That's not even a bad idea either, if you know how to be alone and be alone well, because you can be alone and not ever be lonely. But a big problem with the relationship conversation and idea is that you have a lot of people who don't even know really what it means to be well with you first. Be well with me first before I can with anybody else. I feel like singleness is that some more time to learn how to be in deep, powerful, fulfilling relationship to your motherfucking self. Because this is really the core relationship of all fucking relationships in your life. This is the one that is emphatically going to be till death does y'all fucking part. And it is important to master that relationship and to master the art of selfing, the art of being with self, the art of giving permission and expression to self and finding meaning outside of other people's acceptance, out of other people's validation, etc. I feel like if more people really came into authentic, true solidarity with they self, we would see a lot less people harping on relationships. And with women having this deficit in this society, yeah, baby girls, all my queens, girl, baby, y'all better learn the art of self. It's time to learn the art of self, girl, because according to the femicide rate, y'all literal lives are on the fucking line. It's time to restructure and redefine and re-envision what legacy looks like for you, what purpose look like for you, what partnership looks like for you, and to put a lot of energy into entertaining how you can be a better partner to yourself. Does that answer your question, Rose? Or speak to whatever
Yeah.
you were?
Okay. Perfectly. I think, I don't know if it's too late for our generation, and maybe we might have to start with the next generation, but I think with the whole Cinderella movies, the rom-coms, they repackaged marriage. First of all, back in the day, marriage wasn't about love. Like you said before, survival. Your parents will sell you to the highest bidder as a woman, whoever could take care of you. Blah, blah, blah. Now they repackaged romance. They tapped into women's emotional side, and now we have this mentality of, oh, my soulmate, and oh, am I never gonna be able to experience love, and the limerence of it, or the feeling. And people think that they're missing out on something, and they even use religion. Anytime someone tries to use religion, like, oh, God wants us, first of all, most of the prophets in the Bible were never married. The Elijahs, the Elishas, the Pauls. So if Christianity was synonymous to marriage, I think God would have made, even Jesus would have made sure his main people were married before the rest of us who are not even that religious or whatever. So I think that they use religion, they use a lot of other things. In case you're not religious, they're going to use the movies. If you are religious, they're going to use religion. And they're trying to tell you, and I love what you said, that companionship can come in different forms, but they're trying to tell you there is one type of companionship that is more important than all the other companionship, and you have to achieve it, especially for us women, before you die, or else you failed at something. You didn't get a man to wife you up. Oh, you can't keep him, like you're doing with Megan. Can't keep a man, Megan. Like there is this kind of trophy, you as a woman, you're supposed to achieve in your ability to get someone else to see value in you. That is our generation. And it's really hard for a lot of women to put that down, because I'm hearing women say, oh, I want my last name changed, even though the history of even the whole last name changing is based on men owning women. But it's been so indoctrinated, and the emotions put in it all. I think I'm kind of scared for our generation. It might not be as effective, but maybe the next generation we can instill that in the women coming up, and even our boys, the next generation of boys. I believe we should raise them almost or in a similar fashion as the girls. Boys should know how to cook. Boys should play with easy bake ovens, or it's not sissy for boys to learn how to take care of dolls the way little girls take care of dolls, like mimicking taking care of babies. Boys should know how to cook. It's feminine, or is a simp, unless Gordon Ramsay does it. Then it's, oh yes, chef. Oh, he's a millionaire chef. But when a regular guy does it, he's weak. Boys should know how to organize their own room. I think there should be a rebrand of socialization for the next generation of boys and girls. I think that could also help, especially with the boys. We should stop the old way of
I'm
boys
gonna be
will be
honest.
boys.
Can I insert a Rose super quick?
Right.
Because you're hitting it. Because I've been preaching this shit for years. The reality is we need to completely dismantle absolutely destroy and disregard the gender role situation and literally socialize, to your point, both boys and girls the very same fucking way, because they're living in the same fucking world at the end of the day. And eventually they're going to be in the same bed together, under the same roof together. They're going to be sharing cubicles together. Women and men are obviously inevitably going to intersect in so many ways, socially, publicly, intimately, etc. So I never really understood why the fuck we were socializing men and women so far away from each other, to the point that you literally can get books like Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Fucking Venus, which is just talking about the polarization of the socialization of the sexes. How in the fuck and why in the fuck would you give two sexes two different fucking social scripts and then expect them to be able to come together in holy matrimony? That doesn't even make any motherfucking sense, which is why holy matrimony is ended in unholy matrimony by 70% in this goddamn country, because literally both sexes are off to the races in two different ways. And I do understand how culture and time can inform the way we set things up, but the issue is we never went to reform this shit once the world turned. We have continued to try to replicate the world that our grandparents have came from and their grandparents have came from. There's a reason why those worlds were the way they were, and why they worked in the ways they worked, and also why they didn't work in the ways that they didn't work. So we must always be, especially as an always ever evolving society and culture, always willing to reevaluate, especially as times change, because if the times change, the rules and the dynamics must change as well. And in this era where women have a lot more autonomy, have a lot more agency, have a lot more independency, where women can be their own table, they can put food on their own table, where women want the ability to hunt for themselves. They don't necessarily want their livelihood and the foundation of their well-being to be in the palms of a bitter, broken, shallow, hurt, non-shadow work doing ass nigga. Like, now we got to, re-clarify. Like, what does it mean now for men? And what does it mean now for women? Men don't even know how to fucking pivot. They see women divesting. They see women making their own money. And instead of them creatively figuring out what that means for men, who are used to being the cash cow and used to holding the power, because power is synonymous to the money, and typically men were the ones making the bread and therefore held the power. Men don't even know what the fuck to do now that women can do that same shit for themselves. And instead of them figuring it out, men are trying to drag women back to the Stone Ages. They're trying to get women to believe that that this is not what men want. This is masculine. Y'all acting like niggas. Y'all acting like men. We want somebody submissive. I mean, look at Kevin Samuels, who was literally telling fucking women that, look, you can't out earn your nigga. You need to be kind of a damsel. You need to be kind of impartial. You need to leave room for some type of void, some type of deficit in your life, so that a man can have a purpose. And I'm thinking to myself, so you're getting women to accommodate niggas' incompetency? How does that benefit women? And how, more importantly, how does it benefit fucking men?
Man.
For you to basically tell women to be the Band-Aid. Be the Band-Aid instead of actually finding a substantial, suitable solution to the actual deficit. And really all it fucking takes is just correcting the fucking system and men, because see, with the age of Aquarius swinging in and women becoming more empowered, what is defaulted men to is the opportunity to define themselves outside of materialism, something that men are struggling to do, since that's historically been what men has relied upon for a identity. I control the power, I hunt, I provide the food, I run the house, I'm the motherfucking head. If you look at all of the qualities and stipulations for masculinity, it's all material. There's no spiritual substance, there's no emotional substance, there's no mental substance. It's all basically, being a man was equivalent to being a fucking verb. Do, which is why y'all men don't know how to be. What the fuck is being? That's like trigonometry to a motherfucking nigga. What you mean be emotionally available? What you mean be motherfucking sensitive to your fucking needs? Was I raised in a fucking system that makes me sensitive? Or was I raised in a system that told me I was a motherfucking fag and I was a goddamn sissy because I was emotionally aware and emotionally in tune? See, we can't have it both ways. The system keeps tripping up itself, which is why we always also try to get men to understand how much patriarchy hurts them too. It's not just about tearing down patriarchy for the sake of them trans women or for the sake of them gays or for the sake of them women. No, it's for the sake of y'all soul salvation too.
Right.
Because it got y'all handicapped as fuck as well. It has y'all walking around impartial and fragmented as fuck too. It got y'all walking around stoic as hell and completely castrated from your higher and your inner and divine self. You are walking around masculine, not as divine masculine. So it's creating all of this contention amongst our society. Is leading to all these civil wars. Is leading to all these gender fucking wars where everybody now is ultimately really fighting for fucking power. Fighting for fucking power, fighting for visibility, fighting to be fucking right. When really this is the time to find the fucking commonality, and it's time for women to look into men and say, what do men have that we need more of? And it's time for men to look at what women have and say, what do women have that we need more of? We need more compassion as men. We need more motherfucking empathy as men, because if we had it, we wouldn't be stripping women's anatomical fucking rights and reversing Roe versus Wade. We wouldn't be, in the words of J.D. Vance, trying to take women back into the Stone Ages and put them back into the goddamn kitchen, forcing them and their legacy to be about being a fucking mother and a wife to some fucking man.
Amen.
If we were more apathetic, more empathetic as fucking men, we would not be blowing up fucking Israel or Iran or a Middle Eastern fucking country. We wouldn't be blowing fucking schools apart. We wouldn't be giving ICE unlimited, unconstitutional motherfucking power to abuse and use. So obviously men need a lot of what the fuck women historically and culturally have always been assigned to, as it relates to characteristics, as it relates to virtue, as it relates to empathy and spiritedness. Now, I feel like women in this culture are really kind of doing the work more so than men are, because women already have that shit. All women needed was the social equity. That's always what men have. So women are like, good, we got the inner. Now we going for the outer bitch. Now we going for the outer girl. It's really men who are largely dropping the ball on doing the work and participating in this collective opportunity to finally really grow the fuck up. To grow the fuck up and to become a full human being, to become a full circle, a fully encompassing adult male. Because men have been standing halfway up, relying on pseudo fucking security that came from holding destructive ass power over the most marginalized and vulnerable of communities throughout history. This has been men's deficit and handicap. Now it's time to grow the fuck up, baby, and to achieve and obtain and self-actualize that sacred fucking heart. To collect the final few infinity stones so that men can meet women the halfway mark, or else women will be continuing to and have no choice but to fucking divest. And I wouldn't be surprised in 10 years, bitch, if the female population on the earth has greatly declined because women have divested all the way to the fucking moon.
Yeah, thank you very much, Conscious. I think this goes back to what you said about self, even loving of self. I think for a long time, men, and you just said this too, have their identity has been interwoven into their ability to, I guess, control women. It's like they think their identity has to have something to do with women, either to provide for women, to control women, and they've never gotten to know their inner self, the divine masculine. They've never been by themselves to know, who am I if marriage never existed or relationships never existed? What would I be doing? And it's always been a distraction of fighting over who gets to have all these women and who gets to have all this money so they can have the most women, or 300 wives or concubines or whatever it is that a lot of people, and especially men, have never sat in the silence of it all. What am I doing on this earth? Who am I? And what am I supposed to be doing? There's someone who said something that I never thought of. He went to the hospital, and all these people came to visit him at the hospital. And after visiting hours was over, he was like, everybody left and I was by myself. My mom left, my sisters left, whoever, whether your husband, your wife, your kids. At the end of the day, we are all by ourselves. It might look like there's a whole bunch of people here because we're populated, but when we're dying by ourselves. No one knows exactly how you feel. No one knows your shoes exactly in the same way that you know your own shoes. And I think a big part of it is we try to use other people as distractions. And though I started with men in particular, I'm making it general in terms of relationships. A lot of it is the distraction. If someone is with me, I don't have to sit by myself and look inward. If I'm busy controlling women, I don't have to deal with who I am and what I'm supposed to be doing and what I'm supposed to be working on. So I thank you for, like, today you're saying everything on point. Like, I don't think I've ever heard anyone hit all the things that, like, I've always been saying at home, but I thought no one ever got me. But the love of the self first. Like, people think you say that when you just, oh, you just saying that because you ain't got no man. Yeah, that's like, so love yourself. No, 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 no. Like, I've gotten to the point that I love myself so much. I see men even coming to into my life almost as a nuisance. Like, oh, they go mess up a good thing that is already going on right now. Even a so-called good man. Because I love myself. I love my space. I love my predictable environment. I love how everything is and how I come home and I get to think. I get to ask myself, how do you feel? Are you happy? What can you do better about your life? Did you treat people well? How did you talk to this person today? And to me, that gives me another kind of happiness that a relationship would not even be able to come close to giving me. So I totally agree with Conscious. The self, we are not spending enough time with ourselves. We think it's loser talk to say that. We think the cool thing is to get a man or get a relationship or get someone to wife you up or marriage or whatever. But the love of self, once you understand the love of self, a lot of these other things that we're chasing after to control and to harm women, to harm people, it becomes unnecessary. So that's, I want to thank you.
Especially men. Absolutely.
Especially
Like,
men, yeah.
men, absolutely. Men are, and look, men, I sound like a misandrist when I say this, but men did all this shit. Men did all this shit. We have really not ever really had a matriarchal era. There's been little pockets of matriarchal systems and communities, but widely, globally, fluidly, men, masculinity, the energy of masculinity, the frequency and vibration of masculinity has been in control of the fucking world. These are problems that masculinity has to solve, and femininity just has to fucking survive it until it's fucking solved. Mm-hmm. That's all femininity can do, is fucking survive it. It is surviving masculinity, girl. That is the name of the game right now. That's a chessboard that all feminine beings are on, whether it's trans women, whether it's queer men, whether it's females, etc. Surviving masculinity. And I'm down for whatever that survival looks like. Whatever that fucking survival looks like, because it's all going to circle back to men ultimately. But yeah, a part of that survival is self-love. Right now, I got a partnership in my life, but baby, like, I can't bring myself to put both in. I can't bring myself to do it because I know too much. I know too much. Put both feet in. And I'm just not going to ever allow myself to be 100% for a man. That don't mean I'm going, and I ain't talking about like that. It means cheating. It just means that, unlike the old day where our ideas of falling in love were about just finding out one person that you can just let go, I will never fucking 100% be. There will always be a safety harness on my motherfucking ass when I'm out of that window, bitch. There will always be a safety harness on my ass. I don't give a damn how good my ego feel. I don't give a damn how much my senses tell me, girl, it's a safe place, girl. I'm always going to hold on to a part of myself and keep a part of myself. And I'm also at this point too where I've kind of overcome those childish type of ideals about love. I don't believe that being in love has to come at the cost of giving up yourself just to belong to someone else. I think that that's a part of the problem that has actually been had. And I think that we need to understand that you can be a fully evolved, autonomous individual while also still participating in companionship. But I do think that we need to transcend and graduate from this idea of complete dependency upon another person. And we need to always stay in touch with ourselves. And I think that's the case on both sides, men and motherfucking women. Go ahead, Reckless.
I was gonna say that goes to the point of what I was saying earlier, is that in terms of men, the talking, which is what prompted a lot of why I got revved up initially behind the scenes when we were talking, is that it's this idea of you tell women, or you're telling women, that when we have resources, this is how we're gonna have the relationship. Don't expect monogamy. Don't expect this. Don't expect that. Which means that when we're up, when we are financially stable, when we are in the best parts of our life or whatever, essentially we're gonna be pieces of shit, or whatever, however you want to place it. But the issue with that is that now that when people begin to take heed to that and treat you as such, then it's an issue. And so that's where the in-house conversation has to come into, which is why I keep applying pressure. I do understand the whole mega conversation does hold its place, but that's why I keep applying pressure when it comes down to men, is because men in this conversation are the ones that's pushing Megan's a hoe. She did this too early. She did that too early. Her history, all of this. That's why she deserved what the fuck she deserved. Expect this, expect it, expect this. But then at the end of their life, or the end of that conversation, men are also the same ones complaining about we can't find no relationship. We can't do this. We can't do that. Why they treat us like we're all criminals? Why they treat us like we're all dangerous? Why they treat us like... It's because these are the ideas that you're pushing. These are the talking points, concepts that you're showcasing and pushing. But then be the same ones talk about why everybody's afraid of us. Why do they think that we're all dangerous? Why do they think that we're all liars? Why do they think that we all are abusers? I don't know, maybe because when conversations come up where it's time for you to stand up against an abuser, no, you're taking up for them. That's the reason why. And then in addition to that, even when, from our perspective, when, what's his name, Klay, was treating Megan good, they was calling him a simp. But then as soon as find out he done cheated on her, all of a sudden he got that dog in him, aka Lil Duval. And people like him. That right there is the reason I kept my foot on the necks of men in this specific conversation. Because they'll be the same ones confused of why everybody now, after the divestment, after everybody don't want to be right, or don't want to be next to them, after women don't want nothing to do with them, after the gays don't want nothing to do with them, the trans people don't want nothing to do with them, all of a sudden, what happened? You is what happened. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. I want to thank you guys for speaking up, because a lot of times you're like, not all men, but where are the good men, the so-called good men who are not doing that, speaking up when the bad men are doing that? Or where are they to scold the guys that are making the whole image of men look bad. And most of the men, a lot of these so-called good guys, they're quiet because they don't want the brotherhood to call them a simp or to say, hey, shut up over there, bro. You know you're supposed to back up the patriarchy, and then you're going to be a captain save the whole whatever. So I really appreciate you guys for being the not all men who are speaking up against these men. And I mean, already the birth rates have started gradually declining.
Yep.
I don't know how much of that is going to take for men to finally wake up. There was something in Iceland, I don't remember which year. The men didn't want to give the women a certain right. I'm a little rusty on the story, but the women went on a strike for 24 hours and they left the kids. That's the thing that a lot of men, when they say, oh, we don't need, oh, let the women, if they want to go on a strike, we don't care. They did not anticipate that the women were going to leave the kids with the men. They thought the women were going to take the kids with them on the strike. Within less than 24 hours, they were crying for the women back. So this little experiment, we're going to need to do a larger version of it where men are finally going to have to see that these little weaker vessels or people that we thought were useless, even though each and every human being came out of one of them, but we thought physical strength and the ability to build society supersedes anything that women could do. They are going to have, there's going to have to be something that is going to make men have a realization of the importance of women in society. And like I said, the birth rates are already starting going down. They're trying to bring Roe v. Wade back. Let's see let's see what happens. Hopefully it will not be too late. Hopefully it keeps going. Korea has already started their 4B
Yep.
movement, and let's
I was
see
just
what
talking about
happens.
that the other day. Yep, it's
Yeah.
already happening overseas. Like, and I was telling that that's the other alternative too, is pull back. It's just pull back. No pussy, no peace. No peace, no motherfucking pussy. Like women low key are really running the shit. They just don't really know it because men need women. I mean, literally even need women to survive. That's why all of the data supports that part. And it's kind of sad data because the data supports the fact that men benefit from partnership. Women don't. Men live longer as a result of partnership to their female counterparts. Women end up becoming more unhealthy, stressed the fuck out, anxiety ridden, and their quality of life goes down because they're having to be a mommy to these simp ass broken ass niggas, as well as attempt to get her wifey needs met. So men, once again, they benefit from every aspect of the fucking system. They're benefiting from the whole thing. They're benefiting from the whole sector, the wifey sector, and every sector in motherfucking between our society. Men got this shit on lock. So the divesting, the self-love, the withholding, the withdrawing. And yeah, I agree with somebody in the chat who was like, there need to be basically a 10-year-long protest and divestment to men. There needs to be a substantial amount of time, girl, where men can literally see what their lives look like, what society looks like without the attention of women. There needs to be a nice substantive amount of time where women and feminine energy as a whole can commit to withdrawing and withholding to show masculinity what the fuck this place looks like without the feminine attention, because shit a reverb real quick. But the gag about it is that we're still not quite there yet. There's still a lot of digmatization, male-centeredness, internalized misogyny, even within feminine community. So we got a lot of work to do, a lot of educating to do. We have a lot of groundwork to continue to do, but I think that we're in the right direction because, to Rose's point, the data is starting to reflect that there is shift that's happening. There's shift happening in other systems within this fucking planet. So something is happening. There is an enlightenment and a revolution that is slowly turning the wheel, baby. So, as the old saying goes, this is the worst of times and this is the best of times. I got to get out of here though. Rose, any final sentiments, boo?
I would like to say this. A lot of times when we come online, everything seems so clear. And then when I talk to women in real life, I think you also mentioned this, Conscious, it seems they don't even recognize there's a system. They're
Yeah.
not even aware. That's
Yeah.
what scares me, that online it seems everyone seems like they know what's going on. I talk to women in real life and it's like, oh no, I just think men and women are going through the same thing, we just need to understand each other. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, everything, your whole reality is because of a patriarchy. What part of that don't you understand? So I think that's the part that scares me. The people or the women that don't even at least the men, they recognize what is going on and they're pushing it, but the women that don't recognize that what is going on scare me the most, because how are we going to fight a problem if you don't even acknowledge that there is a problem? But you said you want to go. I want to cut this short. Thank you so much for allowing me on your platform and letting me talk. And like I said, I've heard of Conscious TV a lot. I've never really tuned
Oh
in.
God.
No, I have. I've heard a lot of Conscious, but I know the face. I never
Yeah.
really tuned in long enough. And
Yeah.
today you have a subscriber. I'm gonna always tune in. And
this was your first time here, bros. I didn't know that.
yeah,
Oh my God,
like
welcome. I'm glad I could turn you in for what your way, but loose child had to turn you out today.
I've been seeing the short video, but I've never been on a live, and you're one of the few men. Everything you're saying is you're literally conscious. Now I get the name Conscious. You're that conscious, you know everything. I've never heard a man even the part where you're they don't even recognize. Oh my gosh, I thought I was the only one. Thank you so much, Conscious. Thank you.
Problem.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. I look forward to you, baby. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much.
That was our Rose Show. Wow, we got some new subbies in the building. Reckless. I think this was a good live, child. We turned this out. This was action packed. But anything that you want to unpack before we get up out of here, because I know it's a loaded discussion.
Girl, today, Megan, move on. Take your time. Hopefully you don't go back. I don't think she will, but never know.
Yeah,
I don't think so either. But I don't know. Never know. I don't want to put too much faith in that.
If there's any truth to her roster, thank God that at the very least she don't be circling no block clearly, which is why that roster growing.
So
she ain't going back for no motherfucking she ain't going back for no motherfucking seconds, bitch. That part.
Girl.
Keep it moving, man.
Enough. Keep it moving, Megan. Keep doing your ish. Now that's gonna activate the other side of us.
All of this pain that masculinity is causing is also giving women's community the opportunity to actually heal amongst each other by decentering these fucking niggas. By decentering these niggas, give women the opportunity to heal something that they've been using to hurt each other with, which is men, using to divide each other with, which is fucking men, using to underhand each other with. There's a lot of healing that women's community now have the fucking opportunity to do, now that they're kind of in a position to have to be in community together. So I encourage women, take advantage of this time to form community, to reshape womanhood for y'all selves, to reshape and get in control of y'all's fucking narratives and y'all's fucking truths. And I support that healing all the way. And I hope that men would do the work. I don't know what I believe about men collectively, but I do know that if men do end up doing the work, like with everything else, men are going to be the last to do that work. They're going to be slow fucking learners, slow fucking runners. They'll be the last to fucking get it if it's to be gotten that fucking all. But anyway, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Oh no, that was really it at that point. Girl, just move the fuck on. Now I'm pretty sure we're gonna get that in the music. We're gonna get the disses and all the other stuff, girl. I'm kind of glad. Musically, I'm kind of glad now she's gonna be somewhat eventually getting out of that phase, because girl, it was too much of the my man, my baby, my baby, my baby.
I gave y'all one fucking Pick Misha song. One Pick Misha song, bitch. A bitch gave y'all one Pick Misha single, bitch. Y'all ready to give her to get that.
Girl, the way that you kept repeating it, baby, I just knew that it was like 1,000 songs. My man, my baby, my baby, my baby. Driving her crazy.
Baby,
but no, that's it. I'll see y'all later.
They have to give it to that hissing motherfucking
yes. I want to hiss.
Yes, and I just want to add this caveat too. I didn't get the opportunity to touch on this part, but we'll probably expound upon this in another live stream. But I do think that colorism plays a major role in terms of why Megan specifically gets a disproportionate of hate and pushback. I do think that in the underbelly of the anti-blackness within the black community, particularly within black men, that it is completely activated because of this melanated, chocolate-coated woman having the audacity to be outspoken, to be loudmouth, to be completely competent and independent and successful. And I think that it bothers the anti-blackness of black men who think that Megan is supposed to be somewhere looking for a man's attention and looking for a man's approval. I think that there is some type of a psychic tension that Megan is arousing because of the complexion of her skin. And I think that it is in the realm of that internalized racism, self-hate, and colorism that our community still has not graduated and transcended from. But we'll get into that on another day. If you guys enjoyed this, thumbs up, all of that good jazz. Shout out to my baby father, Mike, for the old nasty piece of child support chat. Shout out to my baby mother. Let me see here. My baby mother, baby, y'all been blessing the cane. My baby mother, Nicole, for the old nasty piece of child support chat. You guys know all donation information is in the description box below, as well as on the screen. Cash App, Consciouztv, baby. The cane work, girl. I gave y'all an epic live before this. I give y'all epic fashions. I give y'all the visuals. I give y'all the conversations. I give y'all the community, baby. I give y'all the thought-provokingness. I give y'all the entertainment, baby. I am an all-purpose, all-entertainment hood on this motherfucker, baby. Y'all better love the fucking king. And make sure that you guys support Reckless Logic on all social media platforms. Please subscribe to his YouTube channel. He's back out here in these YouTube streets since he's out of YouTube jail. Okay, so he's about to... Are you still going live today, Reckless?
Tomorrow.
Okay, so Reckless is going to be live tomorrow. It's Reckless Logic, and that's Logic with what, Reckless?
2 C's at the end.
2 motherfucking C's. All right, y'all. Enjoy. Thumbs up, share, subscribe if you're new, and tell me and unload and unpack all of your thoughts, baby, in the comment section. We'll see you guys later. Peace.